I was feeling that tonight. How you guys doing on this amazing wind down Wednesday? I want to thank you all for tuning in to Get to Know Bob with us tonight. And as promised, as always, we're going to have an amazing conversation with an amazing Bob. I'm your host, Sonia Weaver, and I'm just feeling really good tonight. And if that music didn't help get you started, I don't know what else will. Can you believe that was gospel? I had to find me ways sometimes, you know how you need that extra pep. See? Gospel is not boring. Find your niche, get your glory, get what you need to get through a day. And I'm telling you, that has been my pump up music on this Wednesday, and I just couldn't let it stop. Wanted to make sure that I gave you a bit of what I have been sampling on today, and I hope it inspired you in some type of way. Now, get excited. I am like really like so geeked about tonight's show. I'm telling you, when you can have a conversation with someone who you've known, like you said, a couple decades over, woo, y'all really, I am dating myself, but y'all know it's okay. I look good still. But I'm telling you, when you have like friendships that you have known for forever, you know, back like when friendships first starting to happen, it's amazing. It truly is. It's truly a gift. I'm going to say it like that. So I am going to kind of get through all the preliminaries so we can get right to this conversation. So we're going to kick it off going on like we normally do with tonight's look. I want to kind of keep it simple. You know, I'm always talking about the fabulous lip products that I have on and some of the other things I have on. So, you know, classic stuff. So I'm just going to focus in on my jewelry, talking about a little bit, of course, linked. You know, if you haven't gotten linked, I'm not sure what you're waiting on. We have so much to be thankful for just for 2020 alone, getting to this point. Spending time and creating memories with people, we shouldn't take that for granted at all. So, what a great way to celebrate, you know, family, friendship, and just have fun and fellowship with getting linked. So, of course, I'm going to be representing linked. I have some Tracy Lynn. Guys, you remember that Tracy Lynn? Awesome MLM business started by an African American woman, and the distributor was African American as well. So my inspiration had to have on a little bit of Tracy Lynn, but I really need to showcase this right here. So I believe these bracelets are typically Alex and Ani or something like that, but I got it as a gift from the Amazing Woman Network. And it's difficult, obviously, for you to see the charm, but it is the logo of the Amazing Woman Network. And what I love is that on here, too, it says established at birth. Now, if you don't remember the conversation with Crystal Gunn, then you're going to have to review our archive. And she is the founder of the Amazing Woman Network, reminding us women that we are amazing, and it was established at birth. So really there's like we do these phenomenal and amazing things, but truly we were amazing when we were created. So remember that, women, and that's why this one is near and dear to my heart. Going into our support 7 Bob pledge. Have you taken the pledge? If you haven't taken the pledge, again, I'm not going to get on my soapbox today. Y'all know I can do it. But if you haven't taken the pledge, I truly don't know what you're waiting for. All you have to do is support 7 Black-owned businesses a week. Again, that's either financial support, because you know we got to have money to do things, or with your time, the most valuable resource you have. Remember, this summer, so many things were going on. And I know when school's going back, people are having these back to school rallies at these nonprofits. I'm sure they will love your support, packing backpacks and giving them away and all of that fun stuff. So make sure that you support a nonprofit, you support a Bob, but that's the pledge. Step outside your comfort level, support 7 Bobs a week. Okay, see, I didn't get that high on the soapbox today, but I'm truly, truly wanting you to commit to doing so. All righty. Now, today's deal of the day from Deals with Bob, we're going to carry over the True to You candle. As you can see, I do have my candle in the background, and it smells phenomenal, and I want you guys to actually experience it yourself. So we're going to stick with giving away the True to You candle as our free gift to you. Now, here's what you have to do. If you believe in what we're doing, just subscribe to the channel. Remember, we want to make sure that we reach all over the US, all over the world, introducing our phenomenal Bobs that we have all over. And how we do that is get those views, those subscriptions up, right? So if you haven't already done so, I need you to subscribe, and then I need you to share it with a minimum of 5 people, right? 5 people. How do I know you're the one who did it? Because then you would just have them go to info@dealswithbob.com. Let us know that they are a recent subscriber and was referred by you. When you hit that 5, when we get 5, we will be sending you out your free True to You candle as our free gift. So we look forward to seeing those subscriptions coming through. And remember, it's free. It's not your traditional subscription. It's free to subscribe. Okay? All righty. Now, where are we going? Okay, so I'm excited about this one. Our featured nonprofit for this week is Unity. Unity stands for Uniting Neighborhoods and Inspiring Today's Youth. Their mission is to implement strategies to strengthen cohesion in the community and work with youth through mentoring and sports activities. They annually provide support to children, families, and communities in the Tri-County area. They meet the needs of those they serve by providing scholarships to high school students entering college or trade school, providing support to families for after-school programs, providing support for families during the holiday season, and providing coaching and mentoring through youth sports. Their vision is to contribute to the growth and success of a positive and collaborative, clean and safe community. Each year, their goal is to make a difference in one new neighborhood. They will build partnerships with organizations and businesses to help tackle the needs of today's youth and the communities. So can you see why Unity is our featured nonprofit this week? They are doing amazing work, and their founder, Jonathan Parker, has been recognized for his hard work. So here we go. Support with your time to Unity Detroit. More to come during our Stay Connected, but I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. I'm sure he could utilize your help because they're kicking off their bowling season. So just check out Unity Detroit on our directory at www.dealswithbob.com. Now we're getting into our featured business of today, and our featured business is Linked LLC. Let's see what they do. that excited you in some type of way and made you eager to want to create your own memorable experiences one bead at a time. You guys always know that I'm talking about my link bracelets, but it's more than just that wear a link bracelet. It's truly an opportunity for fun and fellowship, giving you an opportunity to spend time that you're going to cherish these memories. And then you have this beautiful keepsake so that you can remember the time shared. There's so many reasons for you to get linked, so make sure you visit them by checking them out on our directory, okay? And booking your event today. Make sure you tell them we sent you too. That'll go a long way. Okay. Jumping right into our deals for our consumer members. You know, I love this piece of the show because this is where you, as a consumer member, benefit the most. So make sure you have some pen and paper so you can jot down the deals that our amazing businesses are offering to you. We're going to kick off with Deals with Bob offering 15% off their premium services. Today, Smile is offering 50% off whitening. Mona Lisa's Lyrics is offering 15% off event packages. Woo! Women Helping Empower Winners is offering free registration or free consultation. Phlebotomy Express Training Center is offering 10% off. Linked LLC is offering 50% off, +1 or free +3. Tax Divas is offering 10% off or free registration, free consultation, or a free gift. Tranquility Christian Counseling is offering 10% off events. Bright Tech Communication is offering 10% off. Boss Entertainment Group is offering 10% off. MCS Financial Services Incorporated is offering 15% off. And the Amazing Women Network is offering 20% off AWN merchandise or 20% off their financial services. Affordable Veterinary Clinic is offering free well exams for new clients with purchase of vaccines. My Sisters and Me Hair Braiding is offering 10% to 15% off. Divine Diva Designs is offering 15% off. Tea's Timeless Beauty is offering 10% off. True to You Candles is offering a free gift. Peggy's Pound for Pound Great Cakes is offering 10% off. Mrs. C's Concessions is offering 10% off. And Detroit Metro Podcast is offering 25% off events. And to become a consumer member, so you can benefit from these deals and discounts, giveaways, and rewards, please visit www.dealswithbob.com and join today. Now, our business owners, of course, we want you to become members, but we want you to join the directory and sign up for one of those annual packages so that you can get your consumer membership included. Now, we're going to be moving right into our Stay Connected. Now, I'm going to go as quickly as I possibly can because we have a lot of things going on in our community. So make sure you keep that pen and paper handy because you're going to have to jot down some dates because there's really some amazing things going on. You ready? So we're still kicking it off every Friday evening with our Summer Jazz series. And we have a special guest tonight that's going to be sharing a little bit more about it. So this is happening every Friday evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at 9075 South Huron River Drive in Ypsilanti, Michigan. So make sure you check out the last couple of concerts that are performing before, because it goes through Labor Day. And can you believe it? Labor Day is around the corner. We also have the Brightmore Music Series and Street Fair that happens every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that happens at the Eldridra May Williams Park at 14300 Burgess Street in Detroit, Michigan. If you're looking for some headshots, we have special headshots for the month of August coming to you from the Glam Doctor and Third Eye Photography. Unity's youth bowling clubs are happening right now for you to sign up your youth. They're happening at 3 different locations. You have Bonanza Lanes in Warren, Michigan, Mayflower Lanes in Redford, Michigan, and Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan. If you're interested in your youth becoming a part of the bowling clubs, please visit Unity's website and find out more information. The leagues will begin in September. We have lyrics and libations poetry happening on August 24th, which is tonight, from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. The doors open at 7. So right when you finish watching us, head on and get you some lyrics and libations. Entry is $10. Smack Productions present It Doesn't Have to Be Lonely at the Top. Join this conversation Thursday, August 25th at 7 p.m. You can watch it live on Facebook and YouTube. There's a small business mixer happening at Cuts Lounge on August 25th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can purchase tickets by going to www.smallbusinessmixer.com. Beacon Park Summer Concert featuring Skip Marla, Ethana, and Roots Vibration happening August 27th from 6 p.m. to midnight. The SW Fest 2022 is happening August 27th at Senate Theater from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Get help. Avoid foreclosure. Ask the treasurer for Wayne County's Treasurer Office on Wednesday, August 31st from 6 p.m. This is a Zoom meeting. Meeting ID is 871-3819-6745 with password 090344. My Sisters and Me Hair Braiding is having their 24-hour on September 1st starting at 8 a.m. All are welcome, youth, adults. Estes Essential presents Making Moves in September Back to School event happening September 3rd from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. You are invited to Motown Artistry Cookout Labor Day weekend, September 4th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Arts, Beats, and Eats in Royal Oak, Michigan is having King Mellow Man and Mellow Runnings perform on the international stage on September 4th at 8 p.m. Yours truly will be the host. And let us support you and your event by adding it to our Stay Connected page. Visit www.dealswithbob.com and contact us today. Now, I told you there was a lot of things going and happening. And in case you missed any of those things, we will add them to our Stay Connected page so you can get more and more information about it. But if you are out there and you have an amazing event that you want us to add, I'm telling you, make sure you send us the information. We would love to showcase it here on Get to Know Bob. So going right in for tonight, are you ready? Because like at the drum roll, I'm really ready for tonight's conversation. I'm telling you, we are going to be talking with the amazing Bryan Jones, and here he comes.
What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Thanks for having
Hi,
me on.
Bryan. How are
I'm
you?
doing well. How about yourself? It's been a long
I
time.
it has been. I know we were talking like consistently for a long time,
Hmm.
and then we started actually, I think, doing like the work, right?
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly. We talked
And
about the works before, and now we're actually doing the thing.
we had to start taking the time to put it into action, implementing it. So I do miss talking though on a regular basis. I really do.
Yeah, same
But
here.
I am more excited though to start talking about all of the phenomenal things that have been happening though that we have discussed on those conversations. So
Hmm.
before we get into it, of course, they saw, the flyer, they see the little bar going across the screen, but from your words, I want you to self-introduce. Let the people know who you are, what you do, and most importantly, why you do what you do.
All right. Well, once again, my name is Bryan Jones. I'm the owner of Rise Up Host LLC and co-owner of Five Stones Digital. Rise Up Host is a web hosting and solutions provider. Um, Born in 2017. Work with a number of different small businesses just to help them get their website, up to par, just to help people achieve their dreams and without a lot of, overhead or preconceived notions. I work with individuals to ensure that they get what they need when they need it. So Five
Yes.
Stones Digital, that was born out of the church with my coworker or my co-owner, Jason Moore. And we just looked at the community. We looked at the churches as far as, what they were doing with live streams and how they were implementing their services, their technology, their graphics and whatnot. And we thought, well, we can do something better. So we came together in order to provide solutions for not only churches, but small businesses, for concerts, as far as the Johnny Lawrence concert series, just to allow the technology and just allow people to really send their message out there effectively.
Awesome, awesome. Yes. Now, so here's the part I got to share. So when he said,
And
helping
it's
those
Biggs.
businesses, yeah, helping those businesses. Oh, hi! You can see the conversation. Yes, thank you for joining, Mom. And timing of everything in which Deals with Bob started on, because I always share with people before we actually, solidified it as a business, etc. I was already supporting Bob, first of all,
Hmm.
and then sharing and speaking about it. But it became my passion to inspire other people to do the same, knowing the importance of supporting one another and what that could do for our communities. And I came to like this standstill, like, oh, I don't know anything about doing a website. I'm not trying to learn how to do it. And everybody at the time, it was just outrageous. I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to start. And it just was like, okay, I don't know. We had a conversation because we had a reunion. And next thing I know, I have a website.
Hmm.
And it was all because of Mr. Bryan Jones. And so
Yeah.
I was saying before we were in the background, like, we wouldn't be here without him. And he was like, yeah, you probably would be. Nah, but I really need for you to pat yourself on the back. So share a little bit more about the work you have done specifically as it pertains to helping businesses get that visibility on the, wide world web.
All right. Well, like I said before, Rise Up Post was born in 2017. It was after a Black empowerment series that I took online, and the teacher was actually advocating, do for self, utilize the skills that you have that God has blessed you with in order to actually provide something for community. So I sat back and I assessed, what is it that I do? What's my core? What's my essence? What skills did God, provide within me? And it's
Mm,
always related to technology. So I sat back and thought about it, like, okay, how can I take this forward? I could build websites, but is that really being effective as far as serving the community? Because you have a number of different web hosts out there that charge exorbitant prices or for not only for the hosting, but for the service as well. So that's where Rise Up Host came into play. And Rise Up is just referring to just utilizing the skills and the gifts and the blessings that God's given you.
Hmm.
So within the community, I mean, there's a number of different individuals to which I've been, supporting as far as either from just a general development aspect or from a hosting aspect, including a number of our different classmates. So for those of you who don't know, Sonia and I go way back,
Okay, don't make it sound that old.
way back. Come on now, I'm the one with the gray, but hey, we go
I
way back.
am too. It's just coming up. Yes, we do go way back. I mean, and I'm proud to say, like, we go back to kindergarten,
Hmm.
guys.
Hmm.
Kindergarten. And you wouldn't think, I guess you would have friendships like this for so long, but it was more family, and we were blessed to go to a school that allowed us to feel like family.
Indeed.
And so it's been like working with my brother. He knows me. I was in we were backstage. He was giving me some accolades, y'all. I tell y'all all the
Oh,
time
no
I'm
doubt.
IT
She's doing the
challenge.
thing. She's doing the thing. I mean, I'm looking at,
IT
I mean, we got the
challenge.
scrolling thing down here at the bottom with the logo up top and everything. Now, 2, 3, 4 years ago, this wouldn't have happened. So God is blessing you. God is blessing you. You out here doing this thing and you're doing it professionally. So I'm sitting back and I was like, look at you. Look
Well,
at my girl back from
well,
kindergarten
thank
doing
you.
the thing. So God
I'm
bless you.
telling you, I faked it for a long time from the lessons learned from you.
Yeah, those saying what Sunday night conversations with Jonathan and Michelle and Damon, just kicking it. It's like dreaming the dream, and now you're doing the dream. So
Exactly. And it was exactly like I envisioned. It was strategically some things done, and we always had God in the midst of it. So we that
mhm.
was the first, but it was like, okay, the order of things came, with Jonathan as a project manager, just seeing like,
Oh, that was funny.
right, like deals with Bob being the umbrella for what I wanted to do with my passion would naturally incorporate just what you did. But I want to put a pin in what you said too about doing what the gifts and talents and skills that you already possess.
Hmm.
How can you utilize those to make impact in someone else's lives, in our communities, etc.? And I never knew that that's really where Rise Up Host came. I knew that when we got Deals with Bob kind of rolling, we then Rise Up Host will be, featured business, and then we had videography services with Michelle, and
Hmm.
all of the gifts and talents that she naturally possesses, and all of these things were mentioned, but it wasn't never said the way you just said it. So how did you actually look into then taking that inner skills, because I see people with these talents, and I don't know how to like do whatever someone did for you to make you really see that, and then make it into a business to profit for what you already know.
Well, to be honest with you, it was nothing but God. I mean, it was a lot of prayer and fasting and just understanding that this is something I'm naturally inclined to do.
Mm,
So, and when I look at different situations or problems, when I'm trying to solve different things, I generally approach it from a technology aspect.
okay.
So, knowing that about myself made it easier for me to pursue business in this field because it's something that comes naturally to me.
Wow, yeah. That's good, because it's like a foreign language to me. So I am so fortunate that they
Exactly.
have some things out there that is like super duper, like user friendly, right?
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, like the Bible says, I mean, there are many parts of the body, not all do the same.
Exactly, exactly. So, Brian, as we're having people get to know you, like the show implies, share a little bit about you. Who is like Brian Jones outside of this amazing IT guru who has these amazing companies, right? So, let us like get to know you.
All right. Well, obviously, I'm a man of God, born in faith. I try and operate off the principles as far as, do everything unto the Lord, and He will direct your paths. Um, Father of two amazing children, as far as my daughter just turned 15. She's going to sophomore year in high school. Husband to an amazing wife, whom God blessed me with in 2004. I shared that story with you back in the day, as far as God just pointed me to her and said, you need to go talk to her. And I've been in technology as far as since my all of my professional career. So we're working on like two and a half, three decades. Different capacities: help desk, database administration, web development, obviously with Rise Up Host, and now with live streaming and videography with Five Stones Digital. So, I mean, obviously, lover of jazz and music, enjoy reading, but most importantly, I just try and operate off the principles as far as doing to others as I would, they would do unto, or do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So just, live life, enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. Now, I don't know if I ever heard the point that's your wife's story before.
Oh, you're talking about 2004. All right. I mean,
Like,
hey, do you want me to start with the testimony here?
sure.
All right, all right. About 2000. Let's see, 2003. Excuse me, 2003 February. Right. So I was working for this company up in Auburn Hills, and I was on a lunch break. Went to the bookstore trying to figure out something like something technology really. I couldn't quite figure it out. So I happened to go into a Borders bookstore back when they existed, up there in Auburn Hills. So I walk in, see young lady over here in a cafe or whatnot. Kind of eyed her. I'm like, okay, looks rather attractive by herself, whatnot. I'm going to do my thing since I only have an hour, right? So I go to the specific area of the bookstore I was looking for, and I'm walking out. I promise you, God stops me in my tracks and says, "You need to go talk to her." As clear
Okay.
as I'm talking to you, you need to go talk to her. So I approached her. We exchanged, greetings and whatnot. 13 months later, we're married. So nothing but the grace of God. So
Awesome. That's an amazing story. Now, I'm just curious, did you share with her at that initial meeting that God stopped you and told you to go talk to
no,
her?
no, no. You gotta, some things you gotta just lead into. You can't just really release right there
Okay.
initially because like, okay, you're hearing voices in your head. Seriously, so it's like, but thank God she's a believer. So I mean, she understands the principles of divine order and whatnot. But that's some things you just don't lead in with. So it's
So
all good.
around when did you kind of share that to her?
I think we were about well, considering that we were married 13 months later, it must have been about maybe 2, 3 months in. So you still got to know the person. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
but
I
it's
mean,
all
I'm
good.
just asking because a recent person told me that their story was kind of similar, but when they revealed it to how they said it, I said, you're lucky because that sounded a little stalkerish to me. I would have been like,
Exactly. And you're saying, oh, did I release it right off the bat? It's like, no, 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 no. You just let's lead into this. Let's see where this goes.
let's just lead it into
Yeah,
a little
because
bit.
exactly because God might be just setting me up for a lesson here. So we don't know. So
Well, the biggest thing there is that I hear outside of you having an amazing wife, an amazing union from that is obedience. And that tends to sometimes be the downfall when we say disobedience. But anytime I've had a conversation with someone on the show and they talk about being obedient to what God has told them to do has just yielded rewards unimaginable. So I love that you even mentioned that it was spiritual obedience that actually led you to your wife. Now you mentioned that you are a jazz lover. Now, guys, you've
hmm
been watching for some months now with me putting up about this
appreciate it. Thank you.
amazing
Thank you.
summer jazz series. And I went there when Randy Scott kicked it off with
hmm
my dad. I gave my dad the list and I said, choose who you want to go see. And I'm thinking he wanted to see more people, but I don't know if he didn't, want to be disappointed. Maybe if my schedule didn't allow for it or whatnot. But I thoroughly enjoyed the concert. So tell me about one, how you're part of this amazing series, how you got connected to this amazing series, and just why people need to, if they haven't gone yet, why they need to go.
Oh man. So first of all, I mean, it's just a blessing to be out there, just with all these incredible artists, as far as just sharing their gifts. And more often than not, when they're up there, they just speak of just being able to utilize their skills and their gifts that God has blessed them with. I mean, more often than not, I mean, you'll hear them just refer to that. But as far as how I got involved, it was mid summer 2021. And I saw the advertising for this, so it was okay in Ypsilanti. It was just actually just being started. So there was a phone number on the flyer. It was actually to John Lawrence himself, and I just called a number, just saying, "Hi, my name is Bryan Jones. I'm the co-owner of Five Stones Digital. I noticed that you're not streaming your concerts. I'd like to come out and perhaps work with you." He said, "Yeah, sure, come on." And that's how I was born. So it
Wow.
started, yeah, it's a straight up blessing. So we went from that as far as the capacity that I'm working in this year. Obviously, besides the live streaming, also working heavily within the marketing, as far as just ensuring that like your Facebook pages or posts and IG posts and things that go out there. 9 times out of 10, that's me in the background. So it's just been an amazing experience. And please be sure to come out if you can, because it's nothing like the live experience. But if you can't make it, I got you back. I'm the one live streaming, so I'll make sure you have a good time.
Okay, and so when you're live streaming, where can they watch it at?
All you have to do is go to Facebook and it's John E. Lawrence Jazz Series.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So I know I looked at the very first ones because the weather was
Yeah, it was
really
questionable.
clear, and then it was like, is it going to storm? Oh my goodness.
The first
And,
three. We
oh
got
really?
the first three.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So I'm out here with my technology trying to keep everything dry, just live streaming and whatnot. Yeah. We were clowning. It's like, God, what's going on? But we were of the mindset that we need to get you through this just so we can get everything tight and just
Well,
remain focused and disciplined.
I know the first one. Say I didn't pay attention because I didn't go to the other two. Shame on me. But it cleared up for performance.
Hmm.
So it's like rain during the whole setup. Is that what happened with the other two as well? Did it clear up for performance?
For the number two for Lynn Roundtree, yes.
Uh-huh.
For number three for Paula Atherton, unfortunately, no, it started raining right when she came on the stage and it stopped right when she stopped.
Oh
So, I
wow.
mean, these are some of the most incredible weather experiences we received as far as this year with this jazz concert. But after that, it's been a blessing. I
It's
mean,
been
yeah,
all
guys, been working with us.
sunshine.
Hmm. Hmm. But we're having a great time out there. So be sure to come out if you can.
Awesome. Awesome. I had said I was going to make my way like this Friday evening if weather permitting, because I enjoyed it, but I was like, I'm all wet and sticky
Hmm. Hmm.
feeling. That's the only downside. But I love the fact that you was parked one place and they took you over to where the stage was. It was just all of those things were very convenient, especially since I had like an oversized cooler.
You came
I
out there with
said,
the convenience. All right, I got you.
yes, I had the convenience. I have to downsize. My poor dad carrying this big old cooler up the stairs, so I am going to downsize a little bit when we come back. But it was phenomenal, and I am so glad and proud for you that you were part of that series. Now, the jazz series is not the only service you provide. I want to make sure people out there know what your business could offer to their business as it pertains to visibility and awareness, creating those awareness, etc.
Okay.
What can you share, really what you can offer that they may not even think about?
All right. Well, with Five Stones Digital, again, that also has a biblical reference as well, as far as David and Goliath, the five smooth stones. So we try and operate with the principle that we're not David, but we allow you to conquer your Goliaths.
Oh,
So for Five Stones, I mean, we provide a number of different media services as far as photography. So real estate photography, special events, birthday celebrations, grand openings, videography, obviously of the same vein as far as just ensuring if you want to document your given events, and then the live streaming. So, and also I failed to mention social media management. So I'm providing that service for Johnny Lawrence Jazz Series. And if you just have a need with any of those areas, perhaps not cohesively, but individually, if you needed, say, digital graphics, or if you needed just someone to bounce ideas off of when it comes to how can I effectively send my message out to IG or TikTok or things of that nature, we operate within all those platforms. So we can provide some guidance as to how to best target your niche for your business effectively in one area or platform or another.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to get into just a little bit of questions. So we already skipped one part ahead. So people, you guys know how we're connected, how we met, and all those kind of things. Now, outside of being, to this question, outside of God, because I know that's the first go to,
Mhm.
with everything that you do, how do you stay encouraged? I mean, you're adding on, you're connecting and meeting new people to expand your business. How do you stay encouraged to keep going?
Knowing that I can make a difference. Um, I feel that when you go into business, you're generally trying to ensure that you can serve your community, you can try to solve problems. So knowing that my core essence, my core talent, if you would, is related to technology, I feel that I'm able to serve as a bridge between where people are and perhaps where they might want to go, and help navigate them along the barriers so they don't get caught up in one particular, you know, destination versus another. So just seeing the how I can make a difference to individuals, as far as seeing the light turn on, like for example, I mean, some of the conversations we had back in the past, as far as website development and whatnot, just seeing how you could bring joy and
Mm.
help solve problems. That keeps me going, just to see that light bulb turn on.
Awesome, awesome. Now, we are 2 years post COVID,
Hmm.
entering into third soon. Because I'm telling you, soon as Labor Day hit, it's New Year's. So it's something about that speed of how that calendar moves.
Man, I tell you. I look back, I thought it was like March, like yesterday. Now it's like, come on, it's about to start getting cold soon and all that. It's like,
Exactly. I mean, really, to be honest, it moves that fast, and I'm like, wait a minute, Labor Day isn't the when this summer? Wait, it's
hmm
kind of like I
hmm
really had to say, like, what happened?
exactly.
So, from thinking back though, what impact did 2020 have on the type of work you're doing, and then if it had good, bad, or the same, and then how has it then transitioned as quote unquote we're moving back to normal?
Well, let's see. COVID helped my business to a certain extent because it forced people to get a fuller understanding as to how to utilize some of the tools out there, like your Zoom, StreamYard, and some of the other services that allow you to communicate virtually. Um, Historically, prior to COVID, there wasn't necessarily as much of a focus. Like, I don't think we actually knew of the importance of Zoom back in the day. It was pretty much phone calls, going to restaurants, meeting, business meetings, things of that nature.
Right.
So to a certain extent, it helped expand my business because people had a better understanding as to how these tools can be leveraged within their day-to-day businesses.
Okay.
So I would say that would be how it most impacted. It was somewhat of a, I don't want to call it a blessing, but it was somewhat of a benefit because it allowed technology to become more in the forefront and show the importance of how to use it effectively. If
Mm.
that's the best way to explain it.
Yes, yes. And what I will say, I was teasing Brian because again, he was the core of the beginnings of Deals with Bob,
Not the
and
core.
he introduced us to Zoom. And
Yeah,
I was like, man, if he would have also introduced us to like get some stock in
man.
Zoom, because
I
this
knew
was
about it and I didn't do it. So it's like I'm kicking myself.
right. Because I'm like, people was like, well, I remember when things were being introduced. Have you heard of Zoom? Because we're going to have a Zoom meeting. I'm like, well, you have been using Zoom now for like 2, 3 years. What are you talking about?
Now it's a verb.
Right, exactly. I'm so sick of Zoom meetings. That's what people say now. But
Hmm
OMG, look, hindsight is 2020. So we got to pay attention for the next one, the next thing that comes where we need
Indeed.
to do it. But now we're talking about you, Brian, and
Okay.
I specifically wanted to revisit 2020 because there was one thing that your expertise in being a business owner for yourself helped launch during that need, right?
Right. Deals with Bob itself, right?
Well, not just me. I'm talking about specifically COVID related. When you
Oh,
talk about
oh,
using
yeah,
your
yeah.
gifts,
Okay, all right.
did you forget?
Oh, you talking about my wife's business?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, yep. That was DKJ Products. My wife is a RN, and she has a sewing gift. I mean, it's something that she's truly talented in, and so she engineered her own masks.
Hmm.
So, I mean, we were led by God, obviously, to just pursue that and offer that to the community because, I mean, the gift that my wife has is that, I mean, granted that she's an RN, she's able to understand as far as, just the medical issues out there with some of the masks that are being presented. I mean, some of them were within this paper. So,
Hmm.
I mean, she engineered a three filter mask that actually had hospital grade, I'm going to say it, can't really market it, but hospital grade protection. So it just filtered all the particles in the atmosphere. So pretty much it was almost to the same standard of I forget whatever it is that medical term that they use for that they have in the hospitals. But I mean it's a high grade mask, and you blessed us by buying some for you and your family, so we appreciate that. But yeah, I mean that was definitely a blessing to us as far as our family, and just again serving the community because we knowing that's what's out there, what's being sold, and knowing that we can actually provide a better service out there.
Yes, yes. And it kind of was perfect timing, if I'm remembering correctly, because it was before people were really doing a lot of the ones that were a little bit more creative outside of just having the plain surgical type of mask on, or like you said, the paper mask on. So you could actually select from a selection that you felt, met your personalities and all those kind of things. So, and everywhere I went, I got compliments. I chose the ones that had like the rocks with the joy and the hope and all those things on it, and was always well received when I had it on, especially during that time where a lot of people were feeling hopeless, or they
Hmm.
didn't have joy because of the amount of loss they were experiencing. And so, just for the inspiration of the messaging that it offered when people saw it was just really phenomenal for me. So,
Well,
yes.
thank you. I'll definitely share that with my wife.
Oh yeah, it was a no brainer. It was really a no brainer to purchase it, and I still wear my mask.
Amen. Amen. I mean,
I know it's like people are like few and far in between now, but there's definitely occasions where I'm like, I think I'm having a mask on.
oh, no doubt, no doubt. Like going to a concert or something like that. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Because
just to be safe, just to be safe.
hey, I haven't been sick in a long time, so it's like I know it's due to these masks. Because I mean, it is what it is. I
Exactly.
mean, people out here, living like nothing's going to happen to them and whatnot. But it just shows you, I mean, how weak the body is, and just to have these tools and these masks and just the knowledge, just knowing that you can do better. So it's all good.
Exactly, exactly. Now, before we get too far along, because if you can believe it, we only got about 10 minutes left.
Oh wow, it's easy
Right.
talking to.
Well,
Yeah,
now you know how our conversations
I know, I know.
go.
Yeah, we could be out there for a minute, especially we start talking about scripture and whatnot. Yeah,
Right.
we'd be
We
like, just
have
cut,
had
cut.
some where we look down and be like, look, we got to get off the phone.
I know we got to get up in the morning and go to work or something like that. Yeah.
So, right, I have to make sure people be able to get in contact with you. Now, outside of being on the Deals with Bob International Black Business Directory, now, guys, he is already listed there. How can people connect if they want to connect like directly to you?
All right. Best way to reach out to me would be B Jones at 5FIVE Stones STONES digital DIGITAL.com. That's B Jones at 5stonesdigital.com. And
Okay.
I have an offer for the Bobs out there. So the first 10 people that reach out, I'll give you a 15-minute consultation as to if you wanted to talk about web technology, live streaming, videography, photography, whatnot. So first 10 people reach out, 15-minute free consultation. We can talk about anything you want, and I help you solve your problems. That's what I'm here for.
Awesome, awesome. So let me take the time to make sure that I post that you said is B Jones, right?
B Jones
Uh
at
huh.
FIVE
FIE
Stones
Stones Digital.
Digital.com.
Com. Okay, so I have that there for you guys in the chat. So make sure you take Bryan up on his offer for the first 10 people. They're going to get that 15-minute free consultation, and that is huge. I'm telling you guys, because time is money. So when people give you their time for free, do not take that for granted. Go on and take this offer, because you never know, once you start having a conversation, how you can utilize digital marketing in your business, and just how it can give your brand a different look and feel that you might not have been able to accomplish on your own. So this is really huge. Now, I didn't know the reason. I'll be honest, when I wrote down 5 stones, I was thinking, like, I wonder how he came up with the name.
No
So I
doubt, no
saved
doubt.
this part right now because I didn't know until you shared it
Hmm.
this moment. Now, here's the thing. A friend of mine sent me a link this morning to a minister, and his reference was about David and Goliath.
Hmm.
And it was basically part of what they're calling their winning season. And in the story, we all know the story, but he focused on David's confidence. And he was just bringing it out, like he had to have confidence. And when he got to about, the 5 stones, he said he picked it up. He said, now, we don't always know when exactly guys go, show up, go through, do the breakthrough, all that. But David knew,
Hmm.
based on the order in which he spoke, he knew God was going to handle this battle against Goliath. And he said, and he was confident to know that he was going to do it either in 1 to 5
Hmm.
toss,
Hmm. Hmm.
because he only picked up 5 stones.
Exactly. This is
So
all I need.
sometimes guys go do it. You just don't know if it's gonna be that first attempt. But
Hmm.
you kind of know, like, I don't have to keep going at this, no, 99 times. God is gonna show up, and he's gonna show up rather quickly. So it was just ironic that I find the meaning of your your company's name to
On
be
the same
about an
day.
inspirational message that I just listened to today. So
Amen. Well, the interesting thing about that story is that also that he actually rejected Saul's armor prior to going out there. So he went out there
mhm,
with his own confidence, knowing that, okay, I have everything that God gave me. And that's all I need. I don't need what someone else has. I don't need to live life another way. I don't need to put or solve this problem that like someone else would do. God made me perfect for me.
exactly.
And I can use the skills that he gave me to solve the issues that are before me, as long as I give him all the glory. So,
Yes, I absolutely, absolutely agree. There are so many lessons in there. Now, one other thing that I want to make sure I mention that you brought on here, it kind of goes on with this whole confidence thing in what God has given you, in knowing your talents and your skills, and being confident in them. You said you just simply reached out and made a phone call.
mhm, it's that simple.
Was there any hesitation? I mean, did you kind of be like, he don't know me, I'm gonna just call someone? You know how we do. And
Oh, yeah. Well, you know me. I'm overly analytical. But that's the thing. You have to step out on faith. It's like, okay, this is what I do. This is what God made me to do. These are the skills that I have. And I see that this particular situation doesn't have the service that I can provide. So
mm,
even if they perhaps rejected the proposal, I still can operate in principles and say, okay, God, you gave me this idea to pursue it. I'm going to do it. And whatever the result may be, it's like the 3 men in the fire. It's like, I can do this. But
mhm.
even if you don't, I'm still going to do it because you gave me these skills to do this thing. So
Yeah.
it's just about having faith. It's
Okay.
not always easy, but
It's not. It's not. And that's why I said, I asked that question a little bit for me,
all right.
because I didn't know that's how it came about. So as you were sharing that, I'm like, okay, see, you're sitting on a stack of stuff right now where you haven't followed up and called people. And you say, as simple as that, just a call.
I didn't. Well, my bad.
And
The
sometimes it's
the
not.
objective was simple. The confidence took some work. It took some work because you always get those doubting thoughts in your mind as far as, okay, how's it going to be perceived? You
Mhm.
know, they don't know me from Adam.
Right.
If once you go to my website, you see it's pretty much one page, so I don't really have a lot of content out there yet. So I had to step out on faith and just realize that success or failure, I'm operating with faith that God's going to either bless me or at least teach me something. So
You know what? And I like that. I like that. Either you're going to be blessed or you're going to learn a lesson. So really what you're saying that it's still a win-win.
mhm.
So maybe if we shift our viewpoint from thinking like, oh, they didn't want me, and we see that as a failure, that we take it into the lessons that we may learn and just say, you know what, okay, they didn't want that or understand it or even perceive the value
Right.
at this particular time does not mean there's no value there. Does not
Exactly.
mean that I don't approach someone else or even revisit them next year, whatever the case may be.
Yep. Situations are fluid. So every person not in the same state, and you never know. So just try and operate with the belief that you can do all things, and some things will go in your favor, some things will not. But just try and always move forward and learn from everything.
I love it. I love it. So we've kind of entered tea time. And I know Brian's kind of analytical since I'm going to use the word he just used. And I'm wondering, do you have any tea to spill? Do you have something already brewing that's on the horizon?
Let's see. Nothing I can really speak of directly. I know I'm targeting a number of different real estate organizations where I'm trying to provide some social media content, some multimedia content. But I would say you're going to see a large push from the social media aspect from us, from Five Stones directly. We're going to go on an educational campaign as far as just showing people how to leverage technology, and technology reviews, just to provide guidance as to how this might be beneficial for someone that's starting out versus this might be beneficial for someone that's perhaps more established. Showing how the technology can be used for perhaps conducting hybrid events. So if you have a particular type of performance or say a community event and you want it online participation, how we can come out with a reasonable cost and allow you to achieve those goals in order to bring more people into the community and just increase the conversation, just allowing that technology to achieve your goals and propel your message forward. So I would say look out for that in the next 2 to 4 weeks.
Love it. Love it. Now, as we wind down, I want to know what book is currently on your nightstand or that you've recently read or would highly recommend reading.
Hmm. Recently read, I would say, hmm, I can say the author, Claude Anderson. I'm
The
not sure how
author?
many. Yeah, the author is Claude Anderson. Have
Oh,
you ever
okay.
heard of him? Like,
I haven't.
okay, excellent. African American, speaks on the importance of the Black community doing for self, as far as economically, just showing how historically you have a number of different cultures that actually have embedded economic systems to support one another. As far as when it comes to services, goods, um, finance, or what have you. And he speaks on the necessity of that within the African American community, and as far as the cycling of dollars or whatnot. So Claude Anderson, and let me
Oh,
look. Yeah, he's a talented writer. I mean, he worked in Carter administration, so it dates him back some
okay.
time. But he's been working a lot with Boyce Watkins,
Okay.
and in order to try and just promote his material in order to ensure that we can do for self, because it's really important. Because
Sound like someone who I would want to read.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, a lot of times out here, you'll have different service providers that don't really have our best interests in mind. So, I mean, look at real estate, as far as
Right.
how, with the news that you had the individual that had their home value subtracted by 300,000, 400,000, just because, they had African American couple picture in the home.
Right.
I mean, so you look at things like that and you realize how slanted the system is and how
Oh,
important
yeah.
it is for us to have stable, reliable, trustworthy businesses that we interact with. So I would say,
Exactly. Exactly. It is still so much work to do. Things are still disproportionate when it comes to the African American communities and other communities at large. So I understand. Definitely got to check out then Claude Anderson. Thank you for that.
no
Now, is
problem.
there anything that we haven't discussed that you would just want to make sure that you mention?
Just that, thank you, one, for allowing me to come onto your show. Just how proud I am as far as seeing where you've come from those say afternoon, evening conversations, dreaming the dream. Like, this is what I see. This is what God's put in my heart, and just to see you just blossoming and seeing how God has put all this in front of you. So that's what I would like to say. It's just a joy to watch you do the thing
Oh,
that God put you out here to do.
thank you so much. I appreciate that. Before we go, we have to make sure we stop in the chat, and we see that we've had some comments from Barbara Biggs saying, "Wow, he listened to God's voice," giving you hand claps for that, and then saying, "Help," with exclamation point, that Tranquility Christian Counseling needs to achieve higher exposure. So maybe guys can brainstorm and come up with some things, and should take you up on that offer to give you that 15 minutes of time to see
Absolutely.
what kind of digital platform that can be used to help give that higher exposure. Sounds awesome. Now, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you share this with other people, because I'm telling you, the work in which Bryan does will take your business to the next level, leaps and bounds. Whatever your desires and dreams may be, he can help you make them come to fruition. And if not, he definitely can send you and connect you to someone who can do what he can. But if you're IT challenged, he is the guy.
Appreciate you.
Definitely the
Appreciate
guy.
you. Thank you much for the shout out.
Now we're going to be closing out the month. Can you hear me, guys? Closing out the month. Oh my goodness. I swear it was just August 1st. With Mr. Charles McKay, who is another powerhouse interested in making sure that businesses connect to businesses, believing that business connections, that we grow together, we unite together. So I cannot wait to have that conversation with Mr. Charles McKay. And again, if you have not already done so, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your subscriptions matter in increasing our visibility and exposure to these phenomenal Black business owners. So make sure you subscribe today. Click that little notification bell so that you can get a reminder of when we go live, so you do not miss any of the phenomenal business owners that we will be having on the show. We are booking, yes, we are booking for upcoming September and October. If you would like to be a part of our lineup, just send me an email at info@dealswithbob.com, and we'll make sure our admins get in touch with you to see when we can get you slotted for the show. So, guys, it has been phenomenal. I'm really having excited. I told you it was going to be a great conversation, and I am just overjoyed. I have to have my friend back. I'm thinking of maybe, Bryan. You have to let me know what you think of maybe having the whole crew come on.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun right there. I don't know what we'll talk about, but that'll be a lot of fun.
Well, we all are great business owners in our own right. So
Come on now, you know it's gonna go beyond that. Because it's been what, about a year since we've done this,
it's
at
been about
least.
a year. It's been
Yeah,
about a year.
you may need to have a part 1 and part 2 on that one.
We might definitely have to, because we have to share about just the organic, how we work together organically, and then just really highlight what we actually all do, because we are, I say we're all some powerhouses, really.
Amen.
And so it's just, I sit back sometimes and I watch behind the sidelines quietly of all of the major moves we're doing, and I'm just so proud to have you guys in my life, and I cherish all of those memories and just what we're going to accomplish. Like we said, from when we were having those conversations the first night, it's just amazing to see how we're moving towards those desires. So this has been phenomenal. Don't get me like all emotional. So
I was trying to set you up, but you did great.
I did great. Thank you. And
But it's been a
guys,
blessing. Thank you for having me on again. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. So
oh yes, of course, and we'll have you back. So guys, you come back too. As always, I am Sonia Weaver. I encourage you to spend with purpose because your dollar does matter and deal with Bob. Have an amazing night. We'll see you next week.